Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Kamala, Miss Marvel's short film. It came out around 2018. It's on YouTube. I'll link it below. It's from an actress. She was in Doom Patrol season 3. That's the only thing I've ever seen her in. And yeah, so I did record like the audio of why comic book animation is so much better than live action. And so when I was looking for pictures for templates, I was looking for Miss Marvel Kamala Khan because I like the animation one from Marvel Rising a whole lot better than the one in live action. And so as I was looking for pictures, I kept finding this one picture online. I'm just like, oh, who is this person? And what is this? And I'm like, a short film? Like, this ain't the MCU. And so I watched it. Now, there are two fan films on YouTube. One is 4 minutes long, one is 17 minutes long. I have not watched the one for 17 minutes yet. I watched the only one for 4 minutes. And I gotta say, I love it. Like, this actress really gets Kamala Khan from the comics a whole lot better than the MCU version and stuff. And it's pretty embarrassing to tell you the truth and stuff. I will guess this version so good, better than the MCU, is like whoever wrote this gets the character. Kamala Khan is a superhero who just feels like, she just don't belong in the world and stuff like that. And I never got that from the MCU version. The one from this fan film has lots of woe is me's moments, and that is great. You can relate to that. You can feel sorry for her. In the MCU version, I've never felt sorry for her because everybody just seems to love her and everything. Like, I don't understand. Like, she's this girl. She loves superhero comic book stuff like that. She has a great best friend who's like in love with her. She has another good, great best friend who's like really strong and everything. She has a loving brother, a loving father, a loving mother, but her mother nags too much and everything. She doesn't get picked on at school by like nobody. And then she meets two other love interests and stuff. And it's just like everybody just loves her. And in this version, not everybody loves her. And stuff. See, in this version, all the Avengers are down and she's the last one, and so the bad guy. So by the way, also, everybody in this version can act, just like in the MCU one, except for one person. I've already talked about that. And so anyway, everybody in this fan film can act except for the villains. The villains are terrible. And so the CGI is passable for a fan film. I will give it a pass. It's all right. It's not as bad as I thought it would be and stuff. And so basically, she's the only Avenger left, and the bad guys are coming for her. And one calls her a little girl, and her outfit's all ripped and torn, and she tells them straight up she's not a little girl, she's a teenager. So then we get some flashbacks and stuff. Basically, when she's at the dinner table with the family, her brother and her don't get along. He just doesn't approve of her and stuff like that. And the mom is, kind of the same way, and talking about like, Kamala, like your grades are dropping and you're falling asleep in class. Like, what's going on with you? So they don't know she's like a superhero and stuff. And so her superhero-ness is affecting her schoolwork and everything. And I never got that from the MCU. And so like, because in the MCU, she doesn't even really become a superhero and stuff. And so her dad is the only one who really has her back in this fan film. And, basically telling like the brother, get off her back and stuff like that. Then I think her brother said something like, why can't you be more like your best friend? So now we get another flashback. See, I learned in English class when I was in college, you don't have a flashback within a flashback. That's like wrong. And I got in trouble for that. So this person should get in trouble for that too. And so then we see her with her friend. We don't see Bruno. We see that one female friend of hers. And so they're walking and stuff. And Then they come up to whoever that one white girl is in the comics and in the MCU and stuff. I forget her name. But in this version, she's rude, nasty, and racist. Also, she's with two of the white guys, and they're basically just making fun of like Kamala and her friend talking about shouldn't you be in the building on your knees praying, and then they all like be careful, she might blow up a building, basically calling her a terrorist and stuff. And that is such from the comics, because in the comics she does not get along with the kids at school. They make fun of her and she just feels like she doesn't belong. Now, in the MCU version, like I said before, everybody loves her, especially the white girl and everything. The white girl in the show, whoever her name is, she knows Kamala has powers and kept them a secret and kept Kamala safe and everything. It's not like that in the comics and stuff. And so I like that how there's tension. I like how she has these woe is me's. And so her father's having like a conversation with her. Another flashback within a flashback within a flashback. Somebody needs to be in trouble for that. And she basically tells him she just doesn't belong here and everything. And he tells her what her name means. It means perfect or perfection or something like that. He tells her how they always wanted to have another kid, so they waited about 5 years after the brother and everything, and they weren't even supposed to really have another kid, but they tried, and then they did, but it was a difficult birth, and she came into this world all small, and he just loved her and everything, because she is a miracle baby and everything. And her dad, her dad in the MCU is pretty nice as well, but it's mostly the mom who comes around and gives her the pep talks. But the dad did too towards the end. And I like that, so at least they have that in common for both this one and the MCU. So then we see her in the present, and then she starts using her powers on the bad guys, but her dad said something like corny, and she's all like, you was so cool, but now you lost like cool points and stuff like that. And so then she's talking to like the villain, and she's like, dude, you so lost cool points and stuff like that. And then she's about to whoop on him, and it ends and stuff. And I like that. I never got that feeling in the freaking MCU and stuff. And her wearing her little winter hat makes more sense in this this short film than it does in the MCU, because I don't know why in the comics she wears it, but I'm assuming she does it to fit in with the rest of the kids and stuff, because you gotta think about it like this. She doesn't feel like she belongs for a million different reasons. One, she's a teenager, and teenagers never feel like they belong. Two, she is a Pakistani like American, and her mom and stuff want her to be more cultural, but she wants to be more Americanized, so she feels like she's not fitting in there. Then she is an Inhuman, and they are hated in Marvel comics and stuff, and so she doesn't feel like she fits in there. And not only that, but she's kind of like the second generation of Inhumans and stuff. Then on top of that, she's a teenage superhero and stuff, so she feel like she doesn't belong with like the adults and everything. And I never got that feeling in the MCU. See, in the MCU, like I said, everybody loves her, but not only that, but the main real reason, and one, I think the focus of the series is not on the character, but it's on the power. See, that's the main problem. I think that's the main problem I have with the show. Her powers overshadow that of the character. See, for all 6 episodes, we're trying to figure out, along with Kamala, what the world her powers can do and everything. And that's basically what happens in every episode. The first 2 are more like teeny bopper episodes, and that's another thing. It's so teeny bopper and stuff in the MCU. And in this version, it's more mature. And so like it's weird, because when she gains her powers, she's trying to learn how to use them. And so it goes from teeny bopper to a little bit more like family drama type stuff. Then it has like this interesting history lesson type episode where Kamala's not even in the episode, even though she traveled to the past. She's not in the episode and stuff, and she's not into the episode until the very end. And so it's kind of like, well, what's the point of this episode? And then it goes back to a teeny bopper thing again. But no matter what, in all 6 episodes, the main focus is on the powers. How do they work? Where did they come from? What are they supposed to do? You learn they do one thing, but then you learn they do another, and then you learn they do another, and then you learn they do another, and then it's just so confusing. And then they try to make you think, okay, well, maybe the mom knows what's up with the bangle and the powers, but no, it's a misdirection. And then they make you think the grandmother knows about the bangle and the powers, but another mixed direction. Neither one of them knows anything about it. And so I just think that overshadowed the entire show and everything. And I just could not get into it and stuff. And I just think that this version is a million times better because it's similar to animation and it's similar to that of the comic book. And I hope you go check it out. I'll put the links below for both videos. Remember, the one I saw was the 4-minute one. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.